Hey you guys, it's day 182 and version 1 of my hiring platform is totally finished and ready for customers. So next week, you're going to see me shift into sales mode. Also, this is the 6-month mark, so I'm going to do a quick look over the journey so far and how we got here. Okay, so let's do a demo of what I've got for version 1. So this is a fake company called Acme. I've got a replit here I've created. It's just an HTML site, and I've got my script tag right here that's going to inject all this content. Basically, everything else is the fake site, and then the inside part is the content that comes from my system. So this is the careers page for Acme, and I've got the CEO doing an introduction here, talking about himself. I've got a employee testimonial here, and some pictures from around the office, trying to show the culture and what we value as an employer here. I've got a diversity inclusion statement, and then I've got these job openings. So this is a brand new piece of functionality that I built, basically creating a designing a jobs page, and then having the company be able to host as many jobs as they want that then get rendered into that page. So for example, a software engineer is going to look something like this. You got the job description and salary and compensation and location, responsibilities, qualifications, and in this part, in this section, I've got like a meet part of the team, like some of the people you may be interviewing with. So I've got the CEO's introduction here, and I have an HR representative, and then I kind of close it out with saying, we look forward to meeting you. Please apply for this job. So companies can design this however they like. This can be super customized to them. I just chose something I think that works really well, and then any of the job openings that are tied to each of these pages, it's going to take that same look so that you can just plug in basically the job information. And then now that they have got that, so they've got this unique URL, and what's really great about this is, again, it's just one page on their site, and it's a script that gets injected. So we're using the query string to basically move between the different basically creating all these dynamic pages. And then the great thing about this is that these candidates can actually apply directly on the site. So if I come in here and I'm going to be John Doe, and I'm going to use sort of like my other email address here. All right, so let's upload his resume here. I just got a sample one from the internet. Okay, and then they can enter a optional cover letter. Okay, so we got our cover letter here, and we're going to submit the application. Okay, and then we've submitted it. So we get this confirmation back that's customizable from the company, and I've even got a thank you message that I recorded. And so they're done there. And then if we flip over to my email, they get this email. It's basically, thank you for applying to our software position and software engineer position with a customizable message from the company. And then the company also gets, I'm getting both these emails because I'm both people, but in an email it says application for software engineer, John Doe. It says John has submitted this application. Here's his cover letter, and here's the resume attached in PDF format. So everything's always going to be in the same format, easy to review. And then all they have to do to basically engage with the candidate is reply, and they can say, this is great, let's book a meeting, or whatever they need to do to move that person through their hiring process. So that is the offering. That's my first version of this offering that I'm going to start selling to people. It's a really simple process, just the simplest hiring process you can think of, really. It's just a way for candidates to apply for a job and then have that process get started gets off on the right foot, right? So basically what I'm going to do with these first customers is try to set up these pages for them, and I don't have any kind of user experience for them to actually manipulate these pages. So in the beginning, I'm going to do it myself. What I was doing was using Airtable and just editing these page sections myself manually, going in here and tweaking all the different properties and making things look right. But I quickly discovered that that's going to be really hard for me to keep up, even in this near term, this beginning part. I really want to be able to hit as many companies as I can. So I built this really basic page editor. So eventually, the goal here is for a drag and drop, really nice user experience where you can customize these pages very, very easily. But for now, this is just for me. And when I manage these organizations, I can come in here and enter all the information I need to. Every section of the page has got specific kind of like properties that I can set, and I only know how to do that basically. So that's why it's just for me right now. And I can add different sections. So if I I want to add a collage or a focused paragraph or a spotlight video, I can add all these types of content and then edit it for the company themselves. And then even whenever I need to choose a video or a photo that they've uploaded to the system, I've got this really basic pane of that comes up. I can preview the different videos that they've uploaded into the system. And when I select them right now, all it actually does is creates this JSON that I need in order to put it on the page. So it's really, really low level basic stuff, but it's going to keep me nice and fast. And then the other thing I needed was a job editor. So this I actually think I can give to the companies. And it's really bare bones, but it's going to be something that they can actually create new jobs, change the status of existing jobs. So they can change the status, who's the hiring manager on this. So that's where the email will go to. What job page is, what kind of design for this page do they need? All the details about the job. And then what I'll have basically is in that page editor for the job opening page, basically just have all these text replacements like job title. And so I also built a previewer for this for me so that I can see and make quick tweaks on this page design, and you can see where these text replacements are going to pop in. So it's actually a really powerful system in terms of the organization perspective, and it's really nice because I haven't even built the landing page, marketing, or anything. I've just built exactly what I need to deliver this product to my first customers. I started this on March 10th with the goal of building a $1 million startup. I set a $500 budget for myself, which I have certainly busted. Total expenses so far are about $3,000, but my monthly burn is down to about $150, and $33 of that is actually for software to make these YouTube videos. In those first weeks, I shared my initial idea called New Teammate. It was a platform where your team can record introduction videos to welcome new employees that are onboarding. Up through mid-May, I interviewed lots of people about this idea. I prototyped a full version of it, hired actors to create sample video introductions, and I started breaking ground on coding. And that's when I started getting concerned that it was going to be hard to get the ball rolling with New Teammate. I hadn't found my voice yet for how to sell this, and I got an idea for a side product that might seed an audience for creating pilot programs for New Teammate. So I named the side project Snaptro, and it was all about creating 60-second video introductions of yourself where you get a page of yourself with your video and directing people to all your different links. About 6 weeks into that, I had the product pretty much ready to go, but I realized I didn't really have a target customer in mind because Snaptro is such a platform app. It definitely needed a customer persona focus, so I built 3 different landing pages targeting some niches. My idea was that I'd feel out the first usage of the app and circle around whatever was working best. It took me about 3 weeks to prepare for my product hunt launch because I knew I was going to start with 0 audience, and I wanted to make the most out of that traffic to validate these ideas. So this led me to polishing Snaptro, setting goals and expectations, creating a customer onboarding journey through a series of emails you get when you sign up, and updating New Teammates marketing so that it looked really good and my traffic wouldn't be wasted. Product Hunt launch was in late July and it was a major bust. But I did get enough usage of the app to see that it wasn't lighting the world on fire. There just wasn't enough spark to justify sinking more time into it. Maybe Snapchat will find its niche down the road, but for now it was time to regroup. Product Hunt and my YouTube channel did help me get into some great conversations with the community though. Through those talks and some deep personal thinking, a new path started becoming more clear. So both New Teammate and Snapchat were so aspirational. Fun, but definitely a want and not a need. However, New Teammate was tangentially onto something. Video introductions to welcome new employees is interesting, but doing it before candidates are hired is something kind of altogether different. So I started learning and focusing on the candidate experience during the hiring process. And this is a much more of a need in this area. Helping attract and convert potential candidates is something that all businesses can use. So in just the past 2 weeks, this has gotten even more clear. I'm building the most straightforward hiring system out there, and I'm focusing it on the employer brand during that candidate experience. I'm going to make it really easy for companies to drop my script into their site, and they'll immediately be able to collect candidate applications in a way that helps sell the candidates on why they should work there. So this has been a really crazy mix of twists and turns, but I finally have a very tangible offer, and I feel really confident about bringing that to companies. So I'm excited about moving into sales mode. Everybody's kind of got their different entrepreneurial style, but for me, it seems like I almost had to get Snaptro out of my system before I kind of developed a more level-headed approach here. So that was the 6 months that's led us to right now. The next 6 months are going to be really interesting because I think now we're starting on some really solid footing. Okay, that's it for this week. Thank you guys again for sticking around with me in the 6 months that it's been so far. Celebrate the little victory of getting here. So thanks again, and I will see you next week.